Hey viewers, this is MathCamp321 presenting another video from our geometry textbook from section 8.1 and it's number 20. It states, if ax plus gy is equal to bx minus hy, find the ratio of x to y. And every year that I assign this problem, it really instills a lot of fear in students. They always come back the next day not having any idea what to do. But it's really not a bad problem, and you have to just watch what I do here, and you could do very similar ones on your own probably. So my objective is to find the ratio of x to y. So my first strategy here is to recognize that there are four terms, ax, gy, bx, and negative hy. And my objective is to get all the x terms to one side and then get all the y terms to the other side. I call this having an x party and then having a y party. So all the x's are going to get together and have a party, and all the y's are going to get together and have a party. So I'm going to have the y party on the left-hand side. So what I want to do is I want to move this negative hy term over to the other side. Now right now it's negative, so when I bring it over here, it's going to end up being positive. So I'm going to end up getting ax plus gy plus hy, and that's equal to bx. So now all the terms that contain y are on the same side of the equation, having their so-called party. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to take the ax, which is over way to the left, and move it to the other side. Now if you're going to take something that's positive and move it to the other side, it's going to become negative, because what we're effectively doing is subtracting it from both sides. So now I'm going to be left with gy plus hy is equal to bx minus ax. Now this is looking real good. All the y's are having their party on the left, all the x's are having their party on the right. And my objective is to get the ratio of x to y. And at this point, it might still not seem like we're moving in the right direction, but we're going to do one critical maneuver right now, which is going to clear everything up, hopefully. And that is, treating each side independently, we're going to factor out the greatest common factor. So as we focus on the left-hand side, I'll ask, what is common to the two terms, gy and hy? Well, if you guessed y, you're correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out a y. And if I factor out a y, what's going to be left over is g plus h. Now, if that wasn't so easy for you on the left side, you get another chance right now to do the same sort of thing on the right side. So there are two terms on the right side, bx and negative ax. The question is, well, what's common to both of those terms? If you guessed x, you're correct. So I'm going to factor out the x because it's common to both. And when I do that, when I take that x out, what I'm left over with is b minus a. Okay, so now let's not forget what our objective is. Our objective is to find the ratio of x to y. And I taught you that ratios can be expressed in a number of ways. X to y is one way, with the actual word 2 in between, x to y. But another way is to do it with a colon, x colon y. And then the third way is to do x over y. And that's the way I'd like you to think about it in this case, x over y. So when they say find x to y, I want you to think of it as x over y. And what I want to do is I want to set that up, x over y. And I want you to think of what we're about to do as cross-multiplying, but in reverse. When you cross-multiply, you multiply along each diagonal. So the element that's going to be on the bottom right over here is going to pair with the x. And what is supposed to go with the x, if we're going to do this backwards, is the b minus a. So let's just stop and think about this. If you were to cross-multiply right now, the b minus a would pair with the x, giving you x times b minus a. Cool, well that's what we have. Now let's go over here, and we notice that y is paired with g plus h. So if we think about uncross multiplying, or going along the diagonal, we're going to write the g plus h over here. So The question asks us for the ratio of x to y, which can be denoted x over y, and the answer happens to be g plus h over b minus a. So to quickly summarize all the steps, we had our x party and our y party. We shifted the elements around, so we had those parties. Then we factored out the thing that was common on both sides. In one case it was a y, and on the other case it was an x. And then we did the reverse of cross multiplying. So hopefully if you see a problem like this again, it won't be so bad.